Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. Now we have a clear understanding about the DOM API and the JavaScript. We have a clear understanding about this one. Now it's time to jump to the new thing, that is nothing but accessing the DOM. So we understood that the JavaScript can able to access the DOM through the DOM API, which acts as a bridge between the DOM and the JavaScript. The DOM API provides us with a lot of methods and also a lot of things to access the DOM. So now it's time for us to check how we can access the DOM. What are the different ways we can access the DOM using the DOM API in the JavaScript? So this is one of the important thing, basics and the foundation of using the DOM in the JavaScript. So we want a chance to access the DOM in a different ways. So we need it in different ways. The DOM API provides us with a lot of so many methods in the DOM API. Let's try to see it. For example, let's say that I'm having a simple HTML. So here I don't want to use these all things. I will create something like HTML, and here I will be having a body. So just simple. So here I can use something like h1 or anything, document object model. So this is the simple HTML. Now let's try to see the output. So if you go here and if you see the output, so this is the document object model. We have seen it. Now in order to access the DOM thing, what we need to use? So we will be using a document object. Okay. So hope you all know about this one. So we will be accessing a document object. So here we are having two words, document and an object. So that means document is an object. Let's try to see it here. Here if you try to press document, okay, if I try to press this document, and here we are able to see the HTML structure. This is not an object, and we are able to see it's an HTML structure. So this is the closest approximation of the DOM. Okay, the document will give you only the valid HTML. So this is also one of the important thing you need to understand. So now this is not an object. Okay, so in order to know whether this is an object or not, so how can we check here? We know that in JavaScript we have a method that is nothing but type of. So this type of method, when you pass the variable into this one, parameter into this one, it will tell you that whether what data type actually that variable belongs to. So let's try to pass the document into this one. If I pass the document into this one, so what is the output we are getting? It's an object. So now we have proved that the document is an object. So that means the document will have a lot of methods inside this one. So this is about the document thing. So now we understood that document is an object. So every browser will have their own implementation of the DOM. So that is the main thing you need to understand it. So every browser will have their own implementation of this DOM. So that is one thing. Different browsers have their own DOM with their own implementation like this. And every web browser uses the DOM to allow JavaScript to access it. So this is the one thing. So so there will be so many methods available in this one. So something like we will be using document is an object, right? Document dot, so you can use dot body. So here we are able to see it, right? Like this. Now what I want to tell you is sometimes we want more control than only accessing the document. So not only accessing the document, sometimes we need more control on this DOM. So there are many ways we can access elements on our page. So the modern things came, the modern browsers come with new way methods. So there are many ways we can access the elements in our page. So one thing is what I want to explain you is the document.getElement by ID. So I will try to write it in the Notepad++ or somewhere. So these are important things you need to remember. If I open Notepad++, so here I can use some well-known methods, DOM methods, like document.getElement by ID, and document.getElements by class name, and document get elements by tag name. So you will be having like this. So get elements by tag name, get elements by tag name. And another one is, so we will be having document dot query selector. So this is also one of the important thing, document dot query selector. So these are all important things. So these are all some of the methods which are available in the DOM in the document object, so that we can access the DOM. So now these are all the different methods for accessing the DOM, I have told you, right? But where are these all methods coming from? So that is one of the important thing. So but where these all methods are there? So now you need to remember one thing. So we are referring about the document, right? And also we have a different another thing that is nothing but document. So capital D. So we will try to discuss about these all the things. Document object is also, it actually coming from the node. So we'll discuss about these all the things. But let's be with me. So here we have a document, right? So document, we have a document, right? And if you want to check here console.dir, so we will be checking document. Okay, so now if I try to press enter, so this is the document. If you try to see here, so these are all the methods we are having. So these are all the methods having. So let's try to check whether we are able to find the get element by ID or not. So E, F, we are able to see it. And here after F, it has been jumped to H. So that means there is no G methods. If you come down, so you will be able to see one option that is nothing but prototypes. So yeah, here prototype, it is of type HTML document. So here try to understand it. It is of type HTML document. Now try to open this one. Here we are able to see some methods. Let's see that whether we can able to find get element by ID or not. So here if I try to see F and all those things are there, and directly jump to the H. So there is no G. So now let's go on to this one. So whether we are having a prototypes for this one or not. So if you go into the deeper into the bottom, here we are having a prototype of type document. So just now we have discussed it, right, about the document D document. So if you go inside this one document, and now let's see that whether we are able to find the get element by ID or not. You try to see here. See, now we have reached this one, get element by ID, get elements by class name, get elements by name, get elements by tag name. So these are all the things we have understood, right? So like this. So now in this document object, so like this we are able to find all the methods that are available in the DOM. So now we have understood about this document object and all those things, methods available in this one. How we can find the elements, objects, the methods also we have seen it. So by this, what I can want to say is, so here you need to understand that this returns, okay, this returns an element object. So you need to understand that this returns element object. Okay, so class name returns HTML collection. So this returns HTML collection. We'll discuss about these all the things. So this returns also an HTML collection. And here this query selector returns an element object. And here this one query selector returns node list. So this returns a nodes list. Okay, not nodes list, node list. So these are all the return types. We will discuss about these all things. So just I want to tell you what are the return types available in this one. And this is all about the document thing. So one thing what I want to tell you is, the DOM is the browser's visual representation of your page. So the last statements what I want to make is, the DOM is the browser's visual representation of your page. The browser gives us access to this structure via the DOM API. The DOM API gives us many methods so that we can use it to access the DOM. We typically use the JavaScript to execute these methods. So that's it. So this is all what I want to explain you. Hope you understood about this DOM thing, DOM introduction. In the next videos onwards, you will see how to access the DOM using the JavaScript with the DOM API methods. We'll try to see it. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this channel, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.